Hi everybody, welcome to my speech for Persuasive speech. My name is Lai Pyo, and in this speech I'm going to talk about everybody should learn to code. So the specific purpose is to persuade the audience to learn to code so that we will work less and have the program work for us so it will be more accurately and more efficiently. So here it says you can see that United States have the highest numbers of software engineers in the world, and then California is the highest number in the world. Some ideas is that everybody should learn to code. This is the first step going to the artificial intelligence, which is so advanced. This kind of artificial intelligence will not just formed by one man, but if doctors, engineers, chemists, physicists were able to code, this will changes everything. Imagine a future where everybody were able to code like everybody able to type now. We are moving into the age where artificial intelligence is substituting for the human labor. Do you think is it possible to replicate the human brain without the help of doctors and psychology? People might say it's the areas of the computer scientists, but it's also actually the areas of the doctors and psychologists and the computer scientists. If you want artificial intelligence to build a house for you, you cannot create it with just computer scientists, but as well as civil engineers and electrical engineer. If everybody were able to code, we will have hope for the artificial intelligence to know everything. Don't be fooled by the movie that artificial intelligence enslave the human, and this will never happen because since this is just a program, you can always turn it off. At the moment, if we want to create a program that can practice medicine, we actually cannot do that because computer scientists don't know how the doctor think. But if the doctor know how to code, this will changes everything. Even if the doctor pay the computer scientists to create a program for them, it will not be efficient like they create it all themselves. The possible solution is that everybody needs to code in the future. I first became aware of this program when I first saw a lot of medical doctors struggling with using computer program. I saw a lot of people from the age 50 to 80 are having problem with using computers and smart devices. If everybody will learn to code, starting from next generation, everybody will able to code for their own need. Learning coding is not hard. You can actually master it in 2 years, so it is not a long time. I will describe more problem in the computer science field in detail. I will explain how to learn to code. I will point out what we need to do in order to be effectively having other people to code. We will start by describing the problem in more detail. There are a lot of people unfamiliar with the coding because of unfamiliar with the computer and the lack of English or lack of calculus. When I say I'm familiar with the computer, I'm familiar with the computer component such as typing the keyboard or just using the mouse. According to Atlanta Lefferts explained that people reacted horribly to unfamiliar thing instead of like giving yourself time to with the machine and yourself to bond with this machine. You really need to go slowly to master as something. So you cannot be rushed or you cannot be like push too much yourself to go. After you get enough practice, you were able to do it fast and correctly. If I have to give an example, like 2 years ago, I was struggling even just for writing one page essay, but now even if I have to write 11 or 10 pages, I can finish it in 2 days. People are starting to be familiar with the technology more than ever, but we need more coder to invent an artificial intelligence that can do everything. According to HR director, people's lack of English skill is holding back the global industry. For people who don't speak English don't get a job, and people who don't speak English cannot be able to code either. Translated programming language is not yet possible, but I will explain more in detail. When I wrote this, I found a very interesting website showing that coding can be translated into different language. According to the data translation, Benedict said a programming language can be interpreted and translated into other language, but it is unnecessary and not possible at the moment. People are familiar with the coding because they are lack of calculus skill. It is not necessary to be good at math, but they are likely need to be predict the possibility of the vulnerability of the paths for attack. So according to the CodeGirl website, people are dropping out of science course after taking the first series in calculus. This is the big mountain that every computer science students need to pass. According to the System Internet Infrastructure Laboratory, those researchers wrote there is a possible way to brute force attack offline or either online, but they usually do the offline first. And then so predicting the possibility can help protect the customer privacy and protecting the security of the program. The reason for lacking of the skills or calculus is first, it is a really challenging class, and then people don't have enough patience, and then they work hard enough to master the course. Being struggling with math make every science student to drop out of the course. Let's see how this happened. So how do we are so struggling in computer science degrees and not graduating? People are from different places and me different good at different places and bad at different places. With different people mean different cultures and different background. So you can see that in United States there's a lot of immigrants numbers are rising, so which means in United States there's a lot of different people from different cultures and different background. uh, we can see that it's so and then we can see that we used to hear that Asian people are good at Asian Americans are good at math. We can see that instead of depending on their environment, they are depending on where they are from. I think it is because of their parents' training. According to the proceeding of the National Academies of the Science, you can see that there are negative numbers in the people who are born with ability, and there's a positive numbers in the people who can learn math and people who have parents' expectation. They are like, and then you can see that in the computer science field, there's a lot of Indians more than other people because they are likely to be better at computer than other people. According to NPR website, Asian people are good at everything except math, except driving. In my opinion, in our country, it's more easier to get a driver license than in here. Being said that, but if the let's say that if the doctor can code, they can invent a program that can practice medicine in the future. If the psychologist can code, they can invent a program that can predict human behavior and mind. We might even to prevent a crime event before even happen. In order to have that kind of advanced artificial intelligence, we have to start to learn to code. This is not a fantasy. If one country get it, we can sell to the other country. Computer science career is one of the biggest salary in the world. Getting it may be a little challenging, but it is worth it. After you learn it, if a lot of people can become computer scientists, the country can benefit from this also. Anyone can be the coder. This is not a fantasy. This is for sure. If you work hard enough, you will earn it. And then when I say that in the United States, there's you can see that a lot of immigrants graduated from the high school as well as in the college also. So thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.